I thought summer was here, and by golly, there's been some summer weather, 26 degrees the last time we did a live cross to Invercargill. But you might want to think again for a couple of days. A significant weather system bringing heavy rain and winds, and even November snow is due to hit the South Island from tomorrow morning, moving north tomorrow night and into Wednesday. Met Service meteorologist Georgina Griffiths says whilst the weather event will pass quickly, it will be high impact on the way through.
Oh, we've got like the fast-moving freight train low. So in the Tasman, absolutely makes a beeline for the South Island, and it's a fast system, but it's a very impactful one, John. So severe northwest gales for a large chunk of New Zealand, basically between Christchurch, Canterbury, right up to Masterton through to Taranaki. And those are top-end wind warnings, gusts 130, 140 from Tuesday evening.
Wow. So
power lines, the trees are in full greenery. We expect power impacts with this one. And because it's so fast moving, we get a burst of extremely heavy rain for places like Westland, Bulla, also maybe into parts of Nelson, and also Western North Island sees that Wednesday morning a good burst.
So that's up the Kapiti Coast through to Taranaki all the way?
Yeah, so warnings in place for Western areas. All watches, all just an extremely heavy burst of rain. Tuesday for the South Island's D-Day. For us North Island people, it's really into the early hours of Wednesday. So significant, really windy across the country on warning, as I mentioned, from Masterton to Taranaki and southwards through to Canterbury. And then, of course, it's got a sting in its tail, this one. You know, low and heavy snow. We're on watch for snow.
In November.
It's and it's going to be an interesting one. I think, it all happens so quick. We get the wind and then we get the rain and then we get the snow and the cold temperatures down south. So at the moment, if you live in Otago, possibly South Canterbury, anywhere inland South Island, above about 400 metres we may see snow lowering too, and above about 600 that might be extremely heavy snow. So we're on watch for broad scale heavy snow, and the details will come out Tuesday morning from Met Service. So definitely if you live in the lower South Island, keep on up with the warnings for wind and for rain and for snow. And there's a watch in place for peripheral areas on that. We're going to see impacts with road snows anywhere inland, including the Crown Range Road, and all of the main passes where, people try and get to and fro from, are likely to see snow. Those details will come out in the issue either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, and that will be impactful from trying to get from one place to the other. And, as you mentioned, this is a late snow event, and it's going to be very wet snow. So again, the poor power lines are going to suffer. So we expect this to be a quick event, but quite an impactful one, and particularly on the power and roading aspect.
So when will it be through by, do you think? When will
over Wednesday lunchtime. It's amazing. It's that fast. So,
in and out.
Yeah, Tuesday night onwards and through and gone by, say, let's call it Wednesday lunch. And obviously different parts of the country see a clearance at different times, but it's really a 24-hour event, and it's a very impactful and an unusually widespread severe event.
So people really need to just exercise caution, don't they, with roads, with power lines, anywhere that wind can do damage.
Yeah, and I think if you're flying and you're a nervous flyer,
right.
I think this is going to be significant. Check in with those airports during Tuesday night and particularly the overnight period, early hours of Wednesday. I mean, it's going to impact on quite a lot of, transport link kind of deal.
How cold is it going to get?
Oh, I mean, the wind chill down south, of course. I mean, we're mostly past lambing and that. But if you have vulnerable stock, so they've just been shorn, that's going to be impactful in the lower half of the South Island. And I think from a people ordinary in the street, don't get caught out about, shorts and T-shirt. I know a few of my friends in Invercargill, run around in shorts and T-shirts. It doesn't look like that to me. It looks cold. Wind chill's going to be right up there initially on Wednesday.
What are we talking about? What sort of temperatures are we talking about with the wind chill?
I mean, the actual, it might be 8 or 9, for example. I mean, we've had a recent snow event, a small one, where Queenstown, tried to top out at 9. We're probably going to be lower than that, almost certainly, and that wind chill will feel colder. So, look, the season's not really playing nicely as we try and inch our way towards summer, and we have a gorgeous day for much of the country today.
Yes.
And funny enough, after this event goes through, Thursday, Friday looks pretty good for the country as well for most areas. So it's a really quick event, but quite impactful, and that's why we're here to talk with you and try and say, look, listen up, folks. If you're travelling, if you're trying to do stuff outside, I suspect you should A, reconsider, or B, keep up with the watches and warnings, because it's such an explosively deepening system.
That's Georgina Griffiths from the Met Service.